The Netherlands is a small country located in northwestern Europe. Netherlands borders Belgium in the south, Germany in the east, and is bound by the North Sea in the west. Netherlands is approximately 16,158 square miles and is comprised mostly of low-lying flatland with a number of lakes, rivers, and canals throughout. Windmills are seen throughout the rural landscape and are used to drain marshland and lakes. The Netherlands climate is cool year-round with warmer summers. The average temperature in July is 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average temperature in January is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. The capital of the Netherlands is Amsterdam. Amsterdam is well known for its historical landmarks, art scene, and alternative culture. Netherlands is also home to two main ports, Rotterdam and Antwerp, which are used for commerce transportation. The Netherlands has a population of approximately 17,028,000. 89.9% of the population lives in urban areas such as Amsterdam and Rotterdam, while 10.1% live in rural, low-lying areas. Gender distribution amongst the population is almost equal, with males accounting for 49.54% of the population and females making up 50.46%. The largest age group in Netherlands population is 45 to 59-year-olds, which account for 21.8% of the population, with 30 to 44-year-olds right behind them at 19.1% of the population. Netherlands population is 79.1% Dutch, with European, Turks, Indonesian Dutch, Moroccans, Caribbean, Chinese, Iraqis comprising the other 20.9% of the population. The Netherlands is a constitutional monarchy and a parliamentary democracy. King Wilhelm Alexander serves as the representative head of state and has limited powers under the Constitution. The legislative branch of government consists of a parliament comprised of the lower house or second chamber and the upper house, otherwise known as the Senate. The Dutch people elect the members of parliament. The executive branch of government consists of a publicly elected prime minister and a prime minister appointed cabinet. According to freedomhouse.org, the Netherlands has a freedom rating of 1, joining the United States as a country that favors free speech, political and religious rights, and civil liberties for its people. The Corruption Perception Index for the Netherlands is 83, slightly above the United States CPI of 74, making it one of the top 10 least corrupt countries in the world according to the findings of Transparency International. This rating indicates that the Netherlands has a high standard of integrity, which leads to a higher probability of the equal distribution of power and wealth amongst society members. In regard to accountability of government, clarity of laws, processes that enforce the laws, and competency of its judicial system, the Netherlands ranks at a 1.93 on a scale topping out at 2.5, indicating it has strong and clear rule of law. In comparison, the United States ranks just under the Netherlands at 1.60. The Netherlands has a political instability index of 4.0, just under the United States rating of 5.3. This measure indicates that the Netherlands is one of the least vulnerable countries to face political, economic, or social unrest.
According to the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the Netherlands is the 17th largest economy in the world, while the country has only about 17 million inhabitants. On the other hand, the United States is the world's largest economy, accounting for 24.5% of the global GDP. Several recessions have occurred in both economies, resulting in the contraction of GDP. This has occurred most frequently in the United States than in the Netherlands. On average, there has been consistently positive GDP growth in both countries. Netherlands is the 25th largest economy in terms of GNI, and the United States is the second, behind China. Both the United States and the Netherlands rank among the richest nations in the world. However, if you live in the United States and you relocate to the Netherlands, you will need 11.7% less US dollars to maintain the same standard of living. Dutch investment policy is characterized by a strong international orientation and a liberal policy towards foreign investment. Many Dutch companies are multinational by nature, and some of these are listed in foreign stock markets. The Netherlands is ranked the 5th in the global ranking of countries receiving the most FDI influx. The Netherlands is also the third global investor in terms of investment flow behind United States and China. The Netherlands FDI inward stock has increased at a slower rate than the United States. The FDI outward stock has remained fairly stagnant, while the United States has increased at a rapid rate. The Netherlands economy is noted for stable industrial relations, a fairly low unemployment and inflation, a large current account surplus compared to the size of the country, even more than Germany, and an important role in European transportation hub. A highly mechanized agricultural sector employs no more than 2% of the labor force, but provides large surpluses for the food processing industry and for export. Euro versus the US dollar is the most popular currency pair by trade volume in the world. Since the 1960s, the euro has appreciated against the US dollar, unlike the Canadian dollar. Netherlands import is up 31.9% since 2009 and up by 18.6% from 2015 to 2016. Vehicles represent the fastest growing among the top 10 exports categories, up 108% for the 7-year period starting 2009. The Netherlands and the United States ranked 15th and 17th respectively out of 169 countries.
Now we are going to look into the Netherlands' socio-cultural characteristics. The two main cultural differences have been identified. Hofstede distinguishes between individualism and collectivism. Trompenaars breaks down this distinction into two dimensions: universalism versus particularism, and individualism versus communitarianism. In the Hofstede chart, the Netherlands' individualism is lower than the United States, as indicated. Looking at the Trompenaars chart, the Netherlands' individualism and collectivism is even lower. The Human Development Index, or HDI, is the summary measure of average achievement in key dimensions of human development: a long and healthy life, being knowledgeable, and have a decent standard of living. In both 1990 and 2000, the HDI, or Human Development Index, was significantly lower in the Netherlands versus the United States. By 2010, the Netherlands started to surpass the United States. There are various amounts of languages used across the world. The Dutch who came to America brought their own language with them, and the American language of today still contains a number of their own words. The Dutch, which make up the majority of the ethnic groups in the Netherlands, are occasionally referred to as Netherlanders, native to Netherlands. They share a common culture and language, the Dutch. The Dutch are also the pioneers of the capitalist mode of economics in various traditional styles as well as architecture. The Dutch are predominantly Christians and also a high percentage of other forms of religion like atheism. The Netherlands' education outranks the United States in all three categories: science, math, and reading.
On the technological context of the pastel analysis of the Netherlands, research and development is important to the Dutch. They have slowly increased their spending over the last 6 years. The Netherlands slightly lowered its research and development spending after the 2008 Great Recession. However, by 2010, they increased their research and development spending with a goal to spend 2.5% of their GDP on research and development. The scientific and technical journal articles written by the Netherlands have not increased compared to that of the United States. It is important to note that since the year 2000, the Netherlands have doubled the number of articles written. However, the Netherlands needs to increase writing articles and publishing it if they expect to be one of the major players in research and development market. On patent applications, the Netherlands patent application has remained flat compared to that of the United States, who have increased the number of patents filed over more than 10 years. The Netherlands has an innovative business sector. Large Dutch multinationals are among the world leading innovators with impressive technological capabilities and performance. As we can see on the Global Innovation Index 2017, the Netherlands is ranked third in the whole world, while the United States is ranked fourth in the whole world.
The environmental characteristics of the Netherlands. Looking at the Environmental Performance Index, the United States overall ranks better than the Netherlands with a score of 67 compared to 77. The Netherlands has a lot of nature parks and wildlife areas compared to the United States, with a ranking of about 38%.
Now let's move on to the legal system. The Netherlands is a civil law country. The civil laws are more restrictive and less controversial than common law practiced by the United States. The Netherlands and the United States follow the same court structure. The Netherlands has 4 courts of appeal, and the lower courts are district courts. Similar to the United States court structure, the Supreme Court of the Netherlands is the highest court of the land. The Supreme Court hears both civil and criminal cases. The Netherlands property right has been on decline since 2010. However, the Netherlands are doing well in legal property rights when compared to the United States. The difference can be attributed to their more restrictive legal system. On legal and political environment, the Netherlands has maintained a higher average ranking on this sector. This is a reflection of strong judicial structure set in place by the Netherlands. The Netherlands and the United States have strong intellectual property rights ranking. However, the United States has an edge. This indicates that both countries have strong judicial systems. It is important to note that intellectual and property rights of the Netherlands has been on the decline since 2009, but slowly increasing when compared to that of the United States. This can be attributed to low investment in research and development and articles published. Fiscal property rights ranking has been trending down for both Netherlands and the United States since 2010. When comparing both countries, the United States is experiencing an increase in fiscal property rights.
SWOT analysis. Strengths include political freedom, low corruption perception index, stable political environment, strong technological capacities, innovative approach, design, and delivery of innovative policy. Some of the weaknesses are low line match length, high tariff, venture capital, disjointed nature of innovation system, frequent changes in innovation policy, low research and development expenditure. Opportunities include growth rate and profitability, growing economy, 2 commercial ports, further development of innovation in services, further internalization of research. Some of the threats are growing competition and profitability, stagnation of research and development intensity.